guys, today I want to show you my Zoya collection. So I know the Earth Day sale is coming up and maybe a lot of you guys are just curious to find out what polishes to get. So Zoya is probably my favorite mainstream brand. I just counted, I have 108 bottles of Zoya nail polishes. That, this number does not include any nail treatments or top base coat or anything like that. I decided to show you my collection. Hopefully that will help you to make a decision what to get. I'm gonna do this video the similar style how I did my OPI collection recently, which means I will show you the bottle shots as well as some color comparisons. Also, I know this video would be extremely long if I try to keep it all together, so I think I'm gonna divide it into two parts. In the first part, I'm gonna show you all the lighter or more like spring and summery colors, and then in the second part, I'm gonna show you all the darker colors as well as some of my nail treatment kind of stuff. So hopefully this will be fun for you. So I have my coffee. Yeah, let's get into it. Let's do some greens first. I have a couple lighter greens. Those two are probably the lightest I have here. This one is a mini size bottle. It's in the color Tiana. It came from a spring collection. This one is a light mint color, really good formula, a cream formula, and you cannot go wrong with those kind of thing. The next one I have is Jace. This one, I love it so much. It has a very strong golden shimmer in it, but you can see under comparison, it is much more gray toned. But because of that, it looks better on my skin tone. It doesn't make my hands look frozen red. Then I have a few more kind of mid-tone green colors. Those ones are significantly darker than Zoya Tiana. You can see Tiana is much more pale. And then the lightest one here I have is in the color Ness. Ness is more like a true grass green. It has the slightest gray in it, but it's not very obvious. And then the darker green here, maybe put it this way, this green is more yellow-like, and this one is in the color Jace. So you can see that this one is just a shade darker. And under comparison, I think Wednesday looks more like a blue, but really, I think if you just look at it by itself, it's more like a green blue. It's the perfect mixture. This one is an old classic. I know a lot of people love it, and I think the formula on those are all really good. I don't want to make myself repetitive, but Zoya in general just has great formula. Like, I haven't really found anything that works horrible. So I'm not gonna say anything about the formula from this point on anymore because they're all good. I have a few more greens. Those are all more like the shimmery kind of finish. I tend to like shimmery kind of greens a lot more. So the most blue-like, this one is in the color Zusa. It's more like an aqua color. Yeah, it's hard to say if it's a green or the blue. This one has a very strong silver shimmer, and this is next to Wednesday. You can see that Wednesday looks a lot more green now and also much lighter. Then I have Zoya Reiki. Reiki is like the perfect chocolate wrap kind of foil green, and this one is perfect formula. It's very reflective and it's not brushstrokey. I love this one. And then I also have Zoya Vespa. So I think those two are very much alike, but Vespa is a pixie dust finish. The lightest green I have from Zoya is probably Neely. This one is more like a whitish color with some green in it. And next to Tiana, you can see that it is even lighter than Tiana. Then I just have a couple more like a strange kind of situation greens. This one is like a pukey green. It has a lot of yellow in it and the color is Arbor. I think this one looks really amazing though. Even though Jace already has a lot of yellow in it, but under comparison, it is much more green. Another pukey green kind of color, this one is in the color Scout. This is like one of my favorites now. It's really amazing. It has a very strong yellow shimmer in it, and you can see that compared to Arbor, it is more yellow and a little bit lighter, and Arbor looks even more gray. Ireland is the mixture of a gray and a green. I think over here you can see that it's definitely a green for sure, but next to Scout, it is much more green, but they both have that pukiness, the yellow in it. But then also next to Neely, you can see that this one is much more gray and muted and just dusty looking. I have another mini bottle. This one is Sage. This one is the Satin collection. It's more like a gray color with some green in it. All right, now let's move on to some blues. So for blues, I have some lighter ones, but not a whole lot of them. This one also is a mini bottle. It came from the same spring collection. The color is called Lilian. I really love this one. It's a cream color, but it's just like the perfect baby blue. And then I have a more dusty version of that. You can see that it looks much more gray in the bottle. This one is in the color Bevan. I think this one came out pretty early on and it still is a very unique color for me. Next we have Skylar. Skylar is a little bit darker than Bevan, but also more dusty. It has a lot of silver sheen, shimmer in it, but I think it's the similar take. I think color-wise, those two kind of give me the same vibes, just one is lighter, one is darker. Zoya Lake is a very dusty, kind of light blue color. This one is really light, but it has that slightest gray color to it. And next to Lilian, you can see that gray is pretty prominent. I believe Rain came out from the same collection as Lilian, but you can see the difference is that this one has a very strong kind of lighter blue sheen to it, or shift, so it's more reflective. I have a few more like mid-tone to darker blues. This one, the lightest of the three, is in the color Robin. This one is a perfect Eastern Robin egg color. And then in the middle right here is Ling. You can see Ling is a little bit darker, and yeah, that one is a pretty unique shade actually. The last one here is a blue with a strong purple shimmer and shift. This one is in the color Saint. I haven't tried it on my nails yet. The last lighter blue that I have here, it's a blue jelly-ish like base, and it has a lot of glass effect glitters inside, and the glass effect glitters, they reflect the gold color, so it looks more like a green, but really it's a blue. I have another dusty blue kind of color. This one is a satin finish, so it's a little hard to tell the color through the frosted bottles. The color of it is called Tough. All right, now let's get into the like neutral tone, kind of like silver or gold kind of lighter colors, if that's a thing. I'm gonna show you. So let's start with those two. The first one here, Gal, is actually a more like it's a gold, but it has a lot of green in it, you know, so it feels very strange, and this is a recent purchase for me as well. Haven't tried it, but I can't wait. Another new purchase for me, this one is in the color Brighten. This is a hollow color. I think Zoya was always really good at scatter hollows, but they just started getting to like the linear hollows. This one is their more like champagne take on this finish, and I really enjoy this one. The other hollow that they did with the same finish is this one. This one is a true silver, and the color is called Alicia. I really like the metallic finish or the shimmery kind of feeling of a silver or gold, so I do have quite a few of them. Here I have a Pixie Dust. This one is in the color Cosmo. So for Pixie Dusts, Zoya does two different finishes. One is the regular Pixie Dusts, and the other kind is the more like chunky glitter kind. This one is the only chunky one that I have because I just don't like the texture, but this color is just too amazing. It's just a silver pixie dust with a lot of like chunkier hollow glitters. It looks really blingy. Tomoko is much more muted. It's just a shimmery color, and this one, under comparison to Brighten, you can see it looks a lot more yellow, and Brighten looks more like a champagne. Sue is a color that's a little bit hard to see through the bottle because this one is a frosted bottle. It's a Velvet Matte collection. The color of it is very much like Brighten, but of course it's a little bit more silver, and also the frosted bottle really doesn't help with recognizing the color, but this one is truly amazing too. Aspen is also one of those matte velvet collection polishes. It has this frosted bottle. It's somewhat similar to Sue, but Sue is the yellow take and this one is the white silver take. Jacqueline is probably the lightest yellowish color that I have. It's almost like a white, but it just feels ever so slightly off-white, and it's amazing formula. Two more goldish yellow color here. This one, the first one is Piaf. This one is a very strange color, isn't it? I can't really, I don't know, it feels creamy. It's a creamy yellow, I think, and it has a lot of silver shimmer. It actually looks really good on the nails. This one, on the other hand, looks more like a bronze gold. It's like a vintage gold color, and it is called Ziv. I have a glittery topper kind of deal, but this one is in the gold color. This one is called Cindy. The glitter itself looks very much like Monet from Zoya. It's right here. So Monet is just a glitter topper, but of course this one is in a shimmery gold base, and this one is in a clear, kind of clear pinky base. So the glitter density is very different as well. Cindy doesn't have as much glitters, but they're kind of similar in a way. Another true yellow that I have is Daisy. This one is also a mini bottle, came from the same spring collection. I think I just got that entire collection in minis. This one, under comparison to PF, you can see it's much more yellow. It's a true yellow, and PF looks even just a little bit more green, isn't it? Those two are somewhat similar. They're both kind of like just neutral metallic colors. This one is slightly a little bit more pink, if you can tell, or purplish. This is in the color Beth. This is what I'm panning right now as well. The other one looks much more neutral. It doesn't lean warm or cool. This one is in the color Jewels, but on the nails, they do look very similar. I didn't realize until I compared those two bottles side by side. I kind of got confused how to say their names. I think this one is probably Lee or Leah, and this one is Leia. So this one is more like a gray color. It's just a very light neutral gray, and this one is a topper actually, and it has a very strong purple shimmer, and this one is Leia. All right, now let's get into some pinks. Let's start with a more like neutral toned pinks, or like flush colors, you know. So I have quite a few of those, and I even sometimes get confused with them because they all look so extremely similar. So let's start with those three. So you can see here, this one is more like a crisp purple, and the color is called Condole. This one is a newer addition to my collection. I do really like that color. This one is more like a dusty rose under comparison, and the color of it is called Rue. I think Rue is a favorite for a lot of people, but on my skin tone, it looks okay, but it doesn't look that amazing compared to other people. And the darkest and the most purple and kind of dusty of them all, this one is in the color Easton. You can tell this one is more or less similar to this. So if you put them next to each other, you can see that Easton is just a little bit darker and a little bit more gray. Bridget is a kind of pinkish nude color, and you can see that next to Rue, it is darker and more dusty and rosy. I actually think this one looks a lot better on my skin tone. I was actually really surprised to find out I only have two lighter pinks from Zoya. This one is not even that light. This is a mini bottle again, and the color is called Eden. This one is a really good one. And the much lighter one here is Jordan. I think Jordan is slightly streaky, but not hard to work with, and I like both of them. I have a few lighter purples from Zoya. I realize I don't really get drawn to lighter purples a whole lot, so I don't have a whole lot of them. Well, 4 is enough. Actually, 2 of them are exactly the same. This is one of the polishes that I actually have a dupe for, or backup for. This one, I initially had a mini bottle, but then I just liked it so much that I wanted to get a full-size bottle. This is in the color Leslie. It's a lighter purple shade with a very strong blue shimmer. It's actually very similar to Femme Fatale Wishbone. I recently just got that one, but then that one is a little bit more dusty. I think this is a really good color. Marley is very similar to Leslie, but it's just more cool toned, and the shimmer is silver and not blue. You can see the purple itself has a lot less pink in it too, so it's more like a gray or bluish purple. And right here I have Stevie. Stevie is a little bit darker, but it's a pixie dust, so it's quite different, and it has a very strong silver shimmer. I have only one blur pull from Zoya. This one is like a blue purple, and the color is called Aster. I have a few more peachy pinks. So the lightest of them all here is in the color Tulip. This one is like a peachy color. And the next one is in the color Laurel. You can see Laurel is a little bit more pink, but they're about the same darkness, I would say. And this one, on the other hand, it's much more darker, and also it has a lot more pink inside. This one is in the color Windy. I think Windy is more like a warm toned pink and not a coral anymore. I have 2 very vibrant pinks from Zoya, and I don't wear those kind of vibrant colors a whole lot, so I think 2 is plenty for me. This one is more like a neon-ish lighter baby pink, and the color hot pink, I guess. The color is Lola. And this one is more like a hot purple, and the color is called Charisma. I have a few more mid-tone, darker pinkish purple colors. I think the most different is probably this one. This one is in the color Binks. This one is a kind of purple jelly base, and it has a lot of those glass effect glitters inside. And this one is very similar to Muse. They came from the same collection, but of course they have the same glitter and finish, but just in different base colors. The other 3, you can see that this one is the most purple of them all. It's very similar to Wet n Wild on a Trip. I think that's what it's called, and the color is called Live. And those 2 are more raspberry-like and less purple, because I guess they're just a little bit deeper. This first one here is Reese. It has a very strong kind of like a green shimmer. I think that's really different and unique. And the last one here is in the color Joy. Honestly, I wasn't gonna get it, but because that's my name, so that's one of the only reasons why I got it. But I think the color does look really nice though. I have one shimmery red color. This one is very much like a summer red. Just the color itself is a little bit more pink leaning and more cherry-like, and the color of it is called Ephrite. I have a couple lighter orangey metallic pinkish color, I guess. This first one is in the color Alma. This one, again, it came from the same collection as those two, Muse and Banks. Has the same kind of glitter, but this one is in the orange color. Then I have Nadia. This one is a new addition to my collection. I haven't tried it on my nails. It's a dual chrome, but it shifts from a pink to gold. I think that combination is a little bit different, so I really wanted to try it out. And here I have Amy. Amy is like a fiery color. It's so gorgeous. I love this one. It's just like one of my all-time favorite summer polishes. So that's one group of my Zoyas. Those are generally my lighter colors and the silver and golds. And in part 2, you're gonna see all of the darker colors and some of the kind of like nail treatment kind of stuff. So if you enjoyed this, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I would try to upload my part 2 real soon. And if you enjoyed this video, and give it a like, and thank you guys for watching. Bye.